Ooh, we are live. And I'm literally just lotioning my hands right now. Because, when you sanitize all the time, it's not really good for your hands. It makes them really dry and crusty. So put on some lotion. And let me know if you guys are here in the comments. It's very hard to tell when to actually start going. It's like, are you here? Hello? Am I speaking to the void? I also got a nice hot cup of coffee. Oh my god. I should have woken up earlier for this, even though it's noon, which seems like a reasonable time to be like, I'll be available then. Literally woke up at 10:40 and was like, should have got up at like 9 or something. That would have been smarter. But who needs to be smart? Well, and today we are going to be doing like reading sprints and chilling. So if you have questions for me, let me know in the comments. We can definitely have a good old chat, but we'll also be doing reading sprints. So that'll be exciting. And maybe you guys can help me pick what to read. I don't know what I'm going to do, and I need your help. But maybe I'll get into that in a little bit. So let me know in the comments if you're here. Say hello. I also have water, very important, especially with the amount of coffee I drink. I need to be drinking a lot more water. Like, yeah. Hello, hello. Hi, thanks for joining. Hi. Hey. Oh my god, I need to DM you. I will do that, yes. Hi. Oh, how are you today? I'm doing pretty good. Literally, my day just started like an hour or two ago, like of me not wanting to wake up and being like, why did I schedule a live show for today where I'm just going to be talking with myself? But like, that's good because it's like going to actually get me to read, which is why during June, I'm going to be doing live shows every Sunday because I need to up my reading. Facts. I need to do it. Hello. Hi. Thanks for joining. Yes, I will. Yeah. So maybe we can have our first sprint at the 10-minute mark. So in about 7 minutes, we'll do our first reading sprint. Maybe we'll do a good 20-minute sprint. Get the energy flowing, get the productivity going. Let me know in the comments what you're going to be working on. I am going to be reading because that's my life. I literally just decide to either read or procrastinate about reading. Those are the only two modes I live in. But the two books I have are Gigarella, which I'm like 120 pages into. This has been like my casual read that I've been reading before bed, just like picking it up. It's very cute, very fun. And then I have my buddy read that I've been doing with some girls on Twitter, and I'm behind. And we were supposed to finish this last month, but there was another girl who also didn't finish it. So I don't feel as bad, but I should finish this. So I'm deciding between these two. The Devil's Thief by Lisa Maxwell, which is the second in the series. So urban fantasy, super fun, time travel, kind of an angsty love romance in there that we love. And then we have Gigarella. So I will pick between those two. If you guys have a preference of what you think I should read, let me know. Let's see. Hello, thanks for joining. You'll be reading Emergency Contact, yes, and editing a video, yes. I want to know your thoughts on that. I just got Permanent Record by Mary H.K. Choi because I'm trying to figure out if I want to actually get all of her books or not. I'm a contemporary hoe. I love me some good contemporary, but sometimes I get a little scared that the author won't be my favorite writing style, and then next thing I know, I have 3 books of theirs, and I'm like, I should have thought before I purchased this book. So I just bought Permanent Record, and I'm waiting to read that to see if I like it. So far, I really liked the first chapter. Very interesting. But yeah. Anybody else? What are you guys up to? What are you guys going to be working on during the sprints? Let's see. You'll be finishing up Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover. Cool. I've heard so much about Colleen Hoover in the bookternet space. Literally have not picked up a single book of hers or know of any of her books. So I hope you like them, and obviously you're finishing it up. So I'm hoping you're liking that book. But I always hear that name and I'm like, should I be reading her books? Am I missing out? Probably, but it's like I don't know if I'm actually going to care enough to change that. Maybe if someone like says it's like a must read, maybe then I'll change my mind. Okay, I think personally I'm going to read Geekerella because I'm definitely more so I'm just like in the mood to like sit back and chill and just like be geeky. This book has been such a like a fun ride. Like this is a Cinderella retelling, so it's like kind of formulaic but not. There's also an actor in here, so my actor nerd self is like super in love with this because I love the representation of an actor who's like struggling with carrying the role and the pressure, and it's just really fun to see that too. Oh, let's see. Mary H.K. Choi's writing style is so fascinating to me. IDKY. Sometimes that just happens when you're like, I love this. I don't know what you're doing, author, but keep it up. Like I feel that way too. But it's really compelling. Emergency Contact is really good so far. Also, Colleen Hoover is my go-to when you feel like crying. I'm judging you a little bit, but I feel that like sometimes you feel like I have all these emotions. Let me just read something. Like I watched some really sad movie the other day and I was like, I really shouldn't have put that on, but I did it anyway because, who cares about crying and having all that emotional distress? It's like I need that feeling. But I will definitely. Which book would you recommend of hers to start with? Because I have no idea where I would even start with. Hi, you'll be finishing an essay and then you'll be reading Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb, another author I always hear about. But like Robin Hobb's like whole plethora, so many books, so many worlds. I eventually will like dedicate maybe like a month or two to just getting in there, getting my hands dirty. But I'm excited for you. I'm also sorry you have to finish an essay, but that's also exciting that you're going to get it done out of the way. I'm not enjoying it. I just want to finish it because my friend told me, oh, that is so funny. I was literally like, is it a good time? Are you enjoying it? And you're like, heck no, I'm not. I'm so sorry you're not enjoying it, but hopefully you and your friend can have a really funny conversation now about this book. Reading Her Majesty. Ooh, I'm finally out of my reading slump. Yay! Virtual hug. Hello. Hi. Thanks for your support. I love you so much. Thank you. I'm also very happy that you're out of your reading slump. Reading slumps do suck because I feel like it's that you're in that in between of I should be reading and then getting mad at yourself for not reading. But then when you try and read, you're not enjoying yourself. So it's just like really a yucky space to be in. So I'm happy that you're breaking your slump. I'm hopeful that your next read is really good. Hopefully, it'll keep that energy up. Okay, I want to either continue reading, Le Petit Prince, or learn to. Reading is so hard, man. I'm a booktuber, but I'm like over here, like, what are these words? And I get really close to the screen, or learn a speech I have to do for a project. Okay, I mean, you could do both, maybe. I hope you get to do both. That'd be fun. I'm gonna be on here for maybe a few hours, chilling, hanging out. Okay. Oh, yeah. Tell us your rec. Let's see. Wait, did she tell us it? Okay. Okay, in my defense, I only read one of her books. LOL. Go to for that one book. That's it. But okay, so all your perfects is a tearjerker. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna take a picture of that because I mean, sure, if she has one good book, that's good for her. I'll read that one book. But I definitely she has so many books out, and I'm like, some of them I'm just like, I'm not gonna read that. Okay. You are reading Legend of the Skeleton Man. Oh, fun. He's an Indigenous children's author. Oh, my goal is to read more work by Indigenous authors. Yes. Okay, first of all, love that that's your goal and that you're actually doing it actively. I know I'm that person who's like, I'm going to set a goal. I'm going to do this. And now we're in June and it's like, how many goals have I reached? Let's not talk about it. But I'm happy because you're setting goals and you're doing them. It's 2 books in one. Oh, fun. Also, how do you like this author? Is this an author you would recommend to try out when you're looking for more Indigenous authors? Dun, dun, dun. I'm at the end of book 1. Yeah. Let me know if you like this author. Oh, it is 12:10, so we're going to start our sprint for 20 minutes. If you read all your perfects, let me know. Oh, there's a lot of trigger warnings. Okay, just for everyone for that Colleen Hoover book, there's a lot of trigger warnings. Thank you for letting us know, because I always do that. I always go into a book and like never know the trigger warnings. Okay, let me create a little banner. Okay, so reading until the 30-minute mark, whatever 30 it is in your time zone. So for me, it's like 12:30. So how is everyone's reading? Let's see. I don't know where I left off in the comments. Did you like it so far? It's really interesting. I would recommend it. Great. And that's from Joshua, the author, the indigenous author from before. I think I took a screenshot of it. Good to know. I will definitely look into him. I'm very excited. Yeah, the fact that you will be doing more lives will motivate me. Yes, to not procrastinate. Yes, that's a good thing. I always procrastinated doing my homework too, so I feel you, but I'm glad that these lives can help you. Hey, does anyone know what book she's... Oh, yeah. I think I saw... Thank you for responding. Yeah, I'm reading Geekerella by... Who's the author? Ashley Poston? I think that's her name. Really funny. I read a really crazy few chapters just now, so my face was probably like, what's happening? Hi, Erin. Thanks for joining. Yay. Let me know in the comments what you guys read, or how much writing you were able to do, or if you finished any of your assignments. I read nothing. Editing a video. That's great. You know what? Editing is still a priority, man, and it takes so long. I feel like when I first started YouTube, it only took me like 30 minutes, and I was making like a 10-minute video, and I just like was like chop, chop, chop. Now, if I want to make a video, I feel like it takes like 2 to 4 hours to edit if I want to like it to like look really nice, and I rewatch it multiple times. So I get that. Editing is rough, but it's also sometimes fun. Some days I'm like really into it and like have lots of fun. And that's when it gets into like the 4 hours of like editing. And I'm like, oh, I should probably stop. Mm. Hello, hello. Okay, you got a bit further into Son of Storm. Fun. Oh, I've heard a lot about, or I think I've seen that cover. For some reason, like author names and titles don't stick in my head. The cover and the color, and I like vividly see the color in my mind from Instagram, and I'm like, I kind of want to pick up that book. It looks interesting, like just the cover. I need to like actually check out the synopsis and see what people are saying. But I'm glad that you are getting some reading in. 10 pages, yes. I think, let me see how many pages I read. Yeah, I read 12 pages, which is okay. I mean, like, if honestly you read a page a minute, I'm like, that's like impressive, but that's not my lifestyle. I'm not on that level yet. Yeah. Editing takes me days. Yes, editing is so, it's a lot of work. There's a lot of work being put into it. Okay, same. Why does editing take so much longer now that I'm used to it? Right? You would think that when you first started editing faster, you would just progressively get better and get faster. But I think what happens is your attention to detail and like all the little aspects when you learn about editing and coloring and sound and all that stuff, you end up spending more time on like smaller details and transitions and making it more fun. So it's like you could go on the path of getting better and getting more efficient at it, but I just think the attention to detail also is just very fun and exciting part of it. That might be why it takes longer, even though we're more used to it. Eh. Hello. Oh, you're from the UK. Hello. Thanks for joining. Love to see it. We're gonna have another sprint. Maybe we'll have another sprint at the 45-minute mark, so that way we can chat for a little bit. Let's see. Okay, there's no way, haha, if I don't edit a video in one sitting, I'm not gonna get it all done. That's so funny. I feel like that too, if for those days that I don't feel like editing, if I sit down and I'm like not in the mood, if I get up, that video will stay unedited for a while. It's just like, whenever I come back around to like feeling better about editing, I'll come back to you. But yeah, I agree. It's a one and done event, but it does take a few hours where you're just like hyper focused on one thing. I've been in a slight reading slump, so you'll probably pick up Heartstopper. Fun. I know tons of people are like really into that series. I also should probably get into it. I love comics and mangas and like romance and things like that, but I'm just like haven't done it yet. I need to commit. But that is like from what people say a very easy, fun, fluffy read. So hopefully you'll enjoy it. Yeah. How many volumes of Heartstopper have you read? I'm curious. Because I know the fourth one just came out too. And I'm like, is it still available for free online? Because I was looking at the comic and I was like, should I just read it online? But then I'm like, I should probably support the author and just buy the book. But I don't want to buy. Comics are the worst when it comes to buying full price because they're so like, it takes an hour to read or so. You just read them so quickly. So I'm definitely a cheapo when it comes to like comics and mangas and stuff. I'm like, can I get this online? Which is terrible. I should support the author. But like, I'm allowed to be cheap on the occasion. It made me want to get a bunch of romance graphic novels. Oh, but they're so hard to find. I feel like they're hard to find and they're really like kind of overpriced, but I get that the artist put so much work and time into making it, but they're hard to find and they're so expensive. So I agree. They can be really hard to anchor down. I really like mangas and stuff, and I know Kindle Unlimited just started really like releasing tons of mangas for like free. It's like Kindle Unlimited is like $5 a month. It's a good way to go, but they're not comics. Maybe eventually they'll get more into comics too. But that's probably going to take a minute. I'm glad to hear it. Yes. And let me know if you end up liking Heartstopper later on. You read 1 through 3? Cool. I read it on Webtoon. Is that I think Heartstopper on Webtoon or something else? Let me know what you mean. Because if it is Heartstopper, that's really cool because I use Webtoon all the time as well. So I'm like, it's been on there this whole time and I didn't notice. Dang, that's on me. I think there's going to be 5 in total. I think, yeah, she announced that this is the last one. It's also cool because I think it's perfect timing so she can transition into focusing on the TV show, because I know they were just casting this past year. So I think if she's able to work on it, I don't know if she's producing it or writing it or how she's going to be involved in the project, but hopefully she'll get to be involved in that project. I love it when like authors actually get to be involved in their shows or in their books becoming TV shows and movies, because I feel like it just makes it a lot better. Yeah, you really loved it. Yay! Yeah, read Heartstoppers 1 through 3 last month. So cute. Everyone's making me want to read it. Okay. I know the first volume is on. Oh, look at you guys having all the secrets, and it's also available on Webtoon for free. I'm 100% going to do that. And then when I like it, like, I love how when something's available for free and if you love it, then you can support it. And then you throw that $20 for that copy. I also think there's like an exclusive edition coming out in like a box set of something like Illuma Crate or Fairy Loot or one of those Owl Crate guys. So yeah, for the people who loved it and want physical copies, you might want to save your coin and get one of those nice editions because that's coming out soon. Is it all the released volumes on Webtoon? That's a good question. So are all of them available on Webtoon, or is it periodically? She says yes. There's all the volumes. I'm catching up to the chat. I'm so behind. Okay. Yes, Heartstopper is on Webtoon. Yay. Okay. We just figured out the secret to being cheap and keeping our coin. Literally, I live on Webtoon. It's a bad habit of mine. I bet all of my what's it called? Is it watch time? No, that's a YouTube thing. Screen time. All my screen time is probably like 3 hours Webtoons, because instead of scrolling on Instagram, I just scroll through Webtoons, reading stories. It's a lot of fun. I love it. And I like how Webtoon has like high quality artists, where I feel like some other platforms, they just allow any story on there. And I feel like Webtoons allows any story, but there's so many good artists on there that it's like top tier quality. You will find something of your interest, and they have so many cute romances available too, especially so if you're looking for more like romantic things, comics and stuff. I highly recommend Webtoon. They also have a really good thriller section, in my opinion, like drama, romance, and thriller. I've been reading this like Purple Hyacinth, which is like a romantic thriller. There's like 80 episodes left or available, and it's so good. So good. Hello. Thanks for joining. Thanks everyone for joining. Oh my God. Let me know if you have any other questions or anything. We're going to do the next sprint in 6 minutes, and let's do like a 30-minute sprint. Let's get a lot of work done, get those essays done, get lots of reading in. And I really want to read the other books that authors have too. Yes. Yes. Let me get some water. I'm also hyped that you guys know about Webtoons. I feel like no one on BookTube talks about it, and I love Webtoons so much. I need to make a video about all my favorite Webtoons. It's been on my list to do, and I just haven't done it yet, and I really want to because it's one of my favorite platforms. And I love that it's free, because there's also those comic websites that charge for every chapter or every like book you want to read, and that's just rude. I'm not about that. Don't charge me. I'm cheap. If you charge me, I'm going to leave the app. Boyfriends on Webtoons is extremely cute. Okay, wait. We gonna take a picture of this because I'm always looking for more recommendations. Yes. We love. And one of my favorite like cute Webtoons is Honey Lemon, which is like it's a group of kids, one who just wrote like a screenplay, and her show really picked up, and now she's trying to like bounce back after her success and like finding her next project. And her friend wants to be an actress, but she's a little scared and nervous, and these guys, and there's just a group of friends in their 20s trying to figure stuff out, and they kind of like each other. Very cute. Honey Lemon. Would recommend. The artist is also taking a break. That's the thing about Webtoons too, when the artist is like, I need to take a break. I'm like dying over here. I need like a month or 2 to like rest. I'm personally like, I'm attacked. I can't live without this story, but at the same time, I'm like, okay, you can take your break, I guess, if you need it. Get better soon so I can keep reading this story, please. I think that the main character of Loveless is a part of Heartstopper. What? That's really cool. I just got Loveless because I'm gonna be doing the Krusty Club, like the book club live show from Chanel. Chanel Time is her YouTube channel. This is her book pick for June, and I'm really excited because it has an Ace character. If you guys don't know, I'm Ace. I know I just talked about it in a recent video, but I'm very much looking forward to reading Loveless. That might make me more excited to read Heartstopper. I also read Radio Silence, which is also a good one, but I love Loveless and Heartstopper the most. Really? That's really good. Okay, I feel like most people rave about Radio Silence way more so than her other books, Alice Oseman's books, but I'm glad you love Loveless the most. And maybe you guys can join in the live show that we do for the Krusty Book Club and talk about it with us. That'd be exciting. 30 sounds good. Great. Think I'll be able to finish your book? Yes, that is the most exciting thing. Is this your first book you finished this month? That's also like when I get so excited when I finish my first book of the month. I'm like, gold star, rest in peace. I don't know why. That's like the first phrase that came to mind. That's so silly. Okay. Yes, please do a video. Yes. Okay. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I don't know if I'm going to do it this month or next month. I'm going to try and slide it in because I am fully obsessed. All about webtoons. I am just living that life. Okay, it's Solitaire. Oh, that's another Alice Oseman book, right? But all the Oseman's books have amazing rep. That's really cool. I love it when an author doesn't just do good representation in one book and then they continue on like doing regular schmegular stuff. They like continuously have that be a part of life because I feel like that's an actual representation of life, being diverse and having lots of representation. So I love to see authors continue to do that and still produce really good work. It's always really impressive to me. Oops, my bad. No, you're good. You're fine. You're fine. No worries, friend. Okay. Yeah, it can be hard to remember. I'm even surprised you guys remember half the stuff because sometimes when I'm talking and like filming videos about different facts of books, I'm like have to cut out me checking the book and being like, is that the person's name? Like basic information that I should remember. I'm just like, who are you again? That's how I live my life, just constantly confused and double checking myself. And then some videos I'm just like, I might be putting my foot in my mouth. I don't know, but like I'm fully embracing my not my stupidity, but like my lack of knowledge, which could be basically stupidity. But I'm gonna be kind to myself because you know what? I've read a lot of books. Y'all have read a lot of books. So they all blur together sometimes, which is why I think good representation is important because then that book can be a little bit more distinct compared to everything else. But yeah, I agree. Oh, we're gonna start our next sprint in a minute. Let me make a cute banner. Oh, no, I have to do some time. What's 45 plus 30 is 15. So reading till the 15-minute mark. Little banner. Okay, let's start our next reading sprint. I will talk to you guys in 30 minutes. 30 minutes? Yeah, 30 minutes. Okay, that ends this sprint. Let me take down this banner. Okay, how did everyone do? I read 22 pages this time. Woo! I really got into it. I almost didn't realize that I was like past the 15-minute mark. That was so funny. Okay, where did we leave off? Ashley Poston is publishing an adult romance. Oh, that's really cool. Ghost meets the bold type. I love the bold type, so that makes me really excited. I also really like her writing style. She's like one of those authors that like I feel like you can just kind of fall into the world and have lots of fun with. Like I don't know if she'd be a great fantasy writer, but she's super great at contemporary, where I just like love the wittiness and all the crazy things that are happening. It's definitely a fun time. Let's see. Did I miss any other messages? Can't wait for the Heartstopper TV show. Yes, although I think it's going to take a while. It is going to take a while for sure. If they just did casting like last year, TV shows can take up to like 8 months. But if it's like a mini series, I think that's the only way that they could like push it out within like a year or two. If they wanted to have like a fully fleshed show that's like 20 episodes long, that's going to take a while. It's cool at this point. Alice Oseman books are on my TBR. Yeah. Yes, I personally always read new adult in order of publication because I love seeing their growth as a writer. That's a really sweet way to look at it. I kind of like that. I will do that if the author is someone like if their first debut comes out and I like it, then I'll continue to read in order. Sometimes I'm messy and I'll be like, I'm going to get the most recent book, see if it's good, and then start from beginning to end. But I like that way of looking at how people publish books. Let's see. Just caught this stream. Yes, I'm glad you got in on time. We're going to do probably a couple more sprints, 2 or 3, depending on how long I last. But what book are you going to read? Let me know down below in the comments or in the chat, not comments. Just finished How to Make a Wish. Cried a few happy tears. Oh, that's so sweet. How to Make a Wish. Who's the author? I feel like I've heard of this book, but I can't envision it. So who's the author? I want to know. I want to Google it. Your face while you're reading is so cute. Thanks. It's a testament to this book, man. It is so cute. I was reading chapters about Darian. I think it's Darian. Whatever his name is. He, as an actor, is like kind of being followed and set up since he's working on such a huge production, and it's like a reboot of a series that the main girl protagonist really loves and she's very critical of. And there was just some stuff that kept happening with him, and they're texting each other, but they don't know who the other person is. And it's just like, it was so sweet. And I was just sitting there reading like, ooh, ooh. I'm enjoying this read so far. I definitely see it being like a 5-star read in the sense of it's going to be a go-to fun read book. You read 18 pages? Yay! We love that. Okay, I'm 90% into my book, almost at the finish line. Yeah, 10% to go. I bet this next sprint you'll be able to finish it. Okay, got 14 pages into City of Heavenly Fire prologue. Ooh, that's Cassandra Clare, right? I still haven't read any of her books. I need to fix that, but I'm happy you got into it. That's really cool. Let's see. Oh, of Game of Thrones. Absolutely loving it. Yes. Are you reading the first book? I know it's not actually, the first book isn't Game of Thrones, but are you starting at the beginning, or are you already in the series? I'm reading Heartstopper. Yes, on Webtoon now. After talking about it, you're like, yes, I'm gonna go read it now. I'm probably gonna be doing that tonight. I love what you're doing there. That's so exciting. And then let's do our next sprint. Maybe at the 30-minute mark, take the next 10 minutes. We can chat a little bit. If you guys have any questions about what I'm reading or whatever, let me know in the little chat, and we can have a little chat. I don't know why I phrased it like that. Apologies. It is Ashley Heron Blake, and she wrote Girl Made of Stars and Ivory. Okay. I think these are her most famous ones. I think I've heard of one of those books, or I think I can see like the cover art for one of her books. That's cool. Because you were, yeah, so you just finished How to Make a Wish. Happy tears. Oh, okay, that's cool. I definitely, let me take a screen or a picture of the name Ashley Heron Blake. Oh, someone texted me. Yes, the first book of Game of Thrones. Cool. And the whole series is A Song of Ice and Fire. Haha. Yeah, I know, like, I'm one of those people who call the series by the first book its name. I feel like Ember in the Ashes is the only series where that's actually accurate, and everyone else has like an actual name for the series. So that's why I was like, I only know it as Game of Thrones because of the show, but I know that's not right. And I probably won't remember A Song of Ice and Fire. A Song of Ice and Fire. See if I can remember that. What's your favorite genre? Oh, that's so hard. Okay. I kind of read all over the place. It's really, I'm a solid mood reader. I'd say right now my current favorite genre is contemporary, like me picking up Geekerella. I recently read a ton of great books. Like let me grab one. This time will be different. I just finished this book in a reading vlog of mine, and it was so good. It's contemporary. It talks a lot about love, but I also love contemporary that talks about like real issues. This talks a lot about Asian discrimination and how historically it's affected families and things like that, and businesses and the wealth gap and things like that. But it was really fun because there was also a lot of cute romance in there. So contemporary really has my heart at the moment because I like things to be fluffy, but still be real enough where I connect with them in my life. Whereas fantasy used to be my jive because I could totally just escape into a new world. But like sometimes it's just hits the heart too hard. I'm just like, I don't want my characters to die off yet, okay? I just want them to live a happy life, please. Hi, Anyrex, for just getting into fantasy. I like YA and The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe for a reference. Ooh, okay. What's a good fantasy to start with? Ooh. Oh, you know what? I actually was just talking about, I'm going to grab it. I was just talking about Lisa Maxwell's The Last Magician series because I'm in the middle of the sequel. This is an urban fantasy. I really enjoy it because I don't know if it's too much like The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe in the sense of this is an urban fantasy, so its magic is embedded in our reality. So it's not too fantastical, but just enough where it's fun. Actually, what am I saying? There's time travel and stuff in this. It's pretty fantastical. So this is about a world where magicians exist, and the like government is kind of scared of them and trying to wipe them out. So they strategically kind of put this bubble around New York. So if magicians come in, they're trapped there, and it's kind of sucking their power. And Esta, our main character, is trying to kind of save magicians and let that heritage live on, but she has to like go to the like early 1900s or like 1920s or something to try and stop a magician from ruining everything. Very cool. I love it. And there's a lot of other really badass characters in this too. And it's a nice long series. So if you like long series, it's great. There's a little bit of angst, but also there's just a lot of political intrigue. There's a lot of characters doing different things and having their own side plots of like, this is what I want to do. So I would recommend that. Hopefully that makes sense. I don't always make exact sense when I'm talking, and I can't edit this, so I hope something landed. Does anyone else find ranking videos on ranking books on Goodreads really difficult? Yes, 100%. Like it's really subjective. Yeah, giving out 5 stars. To me, I feel like for a while I was really selective, like, oh, only 5 stars for like the books that I really, really like. But then sometimes when it comes to books that I really enjoyed and would want to reread, and just like, even if it's like maybe problematic or maybe like not the best written, but like it gave me a lot of joy, I was like, okay, I think this still deserves a 5 star because it's just it made me feel that type of way. But I agree. It's super hard to rate any book because it's like, should I be picky and give it like a 4-star? Should I just give it the 5-star because I'm thinking a lot about it? Who knows? It's very hard. And I think it also depends on your mood. I always rate things and then go back a year later and like change it to either higher or lower depending on how I've been thinking about it. I really loved How to Make a Wish. It's rather lighthearted lesbian romance. I really recommend for a summertime read. Oh yes, we love it, especially for Pride Month. Let's see if I can even add it to my TBR. My TBR, so ambitious, but I'm glad you liked it. I'm definitely gonna add it to my like Goodreads list so I can remember and maybe buy it when I can, when I have that money, that shmoney. That's totally understandable. Don't worry about it. About the series having the name. Thanks. Yeah, I feel like everyone's like, there's a book series I like. I don't even actually know the real name of it. Yeah, I find myself wanting to give a 0.5 ratings. Yeah, and I don't like that I can't do it. Goodreads needs to fix that. I feel like we shouldn't even just have the 0.5. There should be also like a 0.25 and a 0.7 because I feel like those are very different reading experiences. But I know I'm very picky and I want to be able to fully express my thoughts. But I'd be like, you're a 4.75, and Goodreads is just laughing at me, being like, no, sis, you can't do that. Okay. Good afternoon. Oh my God, thanks for joining. Had to get my life in order before joining. I'm glad you got everything in order. That's good. Trying to finish Mexican Gothic for a virtual library book club by Thursday. I hope you can finish in time. I'm excited. I've heard lots of good things about that. I haven't picked it up yet because Gothic books are not my forte, but I need to try it before I say it's not my forte. Yes, I wish that Goodreads needs to fix themselves one day. One day. I'm sorry if it's too personal question, but did you question your sexuality for a long time? 100%. Not that it's too personal. It's not too personal, but I 100% did question it for a very long time. I think I only started really being open about like my sexuality a year ago, and I feel like I like did a little Twitter post about how I was ace and things like that, and some people saw it, some people didn't. So I really didn't come out last year, but I started really talking about it with people when the conversation came up about queerness and things like that. I would be like, yeah, I'm ace. And it's taken a while to be comfortable because I think in my head, I've always felt like that I should be straight, but my behaviors and my actions were never so. So I think it's always been a battle of what I feel I am and what I actually am, because I feel like there's a lot of pressure and stigma that's pushed on us, so it can be really hard to accept it. And I think I'm still trying to accept it, but I've taken the first few steps of just admitting, hey, this is who I am. We'll see what the next step is. But yeah. Ooh, I'm behind on the comments. Okay, maybe we'll do the sprint in like 5 minutes because there's a bunch of comments. What kind of fantasy are you drawn to most? Oh, yeah, to help with giving recommendations. As adult, YA, middle grade, epic, or urban. Yeah, because there's so many categories of fantasy, and I feel like everything is very distinct because adult fantasy is so different from YA fantasy in the sense of, I feel like adult, it's all about the magic system in the world. They spend so much time really developing that. And sometimes the plot isn't like the most important detail or like the character development, whereas YA is always like really, really focused on the character and the arc and their struggle and not like the world itself. But that, I don't know, that might also just be the books that I've read, but they can be very, very different. Let's see. Light Between the Worlds. Is that a good recommendation? Very Narnia-esque. Yes, Light Between the Worlds. You guys are so awesome giving each other recommendations. Yes, thank you. Take those recs. And you think more YA, middle, or urban? Yes. Urban fantasy is honestly my personal favorite because I feel like you can relate to it the best because it's still kind of a part of our world just with a little bit of sprinkle of magic. So I feel like it can be a lot more fun to read, whereas if you read something that's a heavier, high fantasy, it takes a lot more time to get into. So I would have to really be in the mood for that. Like I picked up Dune at the beginning of the year because I really wanted something complex and about the world. This is sci-fi, not fantasy. But it's definitely a very distinct category of we are talking about this very specific world and we're spending chapters talking about politics and all this stuff. So we're not really talking a lot about the characters. We're talking a lot about the world. So adult fantasy and sci-fi blows my mind, but only when I'm in the mood for it. I really liked The Land of Roar. It's a middle grade. Ooh, I'm gonna take a picture of that because I haven't heard of that. Do, do, do. Do, do, do. See, I suggest the Fallen Kingdom series. I've also heard a lot of good things about that being a good YA fantasy series. Let's see, I'd also recommend the Magician series. It's an urban fantasy. I watched the TV show of the Magicians. I really loved it. I need to actually read the books now. Let's see. Storygraph has such a better rating and such a better organizational system. It's just that I need to get on it for one, but I hate that I have to like redo all the work that I did for Goodreads, and I'm such a lazy person that I'm like, will I ever find the courage to do it? One day I'll find the time and stop procrastinating. But I know Storygraph is a way like better app, honestly. And then, yay, I'm glad we were able to give you tons of recs. That's good. Hopefully you'll like some of them or be able to pick up some of them, you know? I'm Ace as well. And it actually helps so much to see people like you speak about it. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like sexuality, it's so personal. It's kind of hard to want to talk about it because I was talking to one of my friends who's a booktuber. She's like, she has a pretty big account, and she was like, I don't talk about being ace because it's personal. It's like something you would really only discuss with someone who you have romantic interest in, because it's not something you go around saying like, oh yeah, like I am this. For the most part, it's like I don't think you need to divulge that unless you actually want to have a romantic relationship with somebody. But I feel like I'm also getting just a little bit more comfortable just saying it and saying it more casually and not making a big thing of it. Like it's just normal, casual. That's how I feel. That's who I'm. Ace, I think. Did you navigate romantic attraction in a similar way? Of course, only talk about it if you're comfortable. Oh, thanks for asking. So, did I navigate romantic attraction in a similar way? I think I had a very different experience when it came to romantic attraction because I do have that. I've always had that. I've always wanted a romantic relationship. And I think that's what I struggle with my head, separating romance and sex and like those things. Because I feel like in our culture, as a human being, like you normally have those two together, and a lot of people don't know how to separate that. And I think I'm starting to be comfortable separating the two because I don't really like one, but I've always wanted a romantic relationship. I just knew that growing up that I wanted a partner who supported me and like wanted to spend time with me. I have had relationships in the past where it's like, yeah, if this was the person, if this person was right for me, I would happily live the rest of my life with them. So it was a little different. Whereas the whole other part, like being ace, was more so I had lots of questions and I had lots of hesitation. Whereas romance, it just felt very natural. So I think that's why navigating those were different. I felt very hesitant about one thing, questioning myself, feeling very ashamed and things like that. Whereas romance, wanting to date someone, wanting to be connected in a very deep emotional way always came very naturally. Like I wanted that and I craved that in my like relationships. If Goodreads started doing 0.5 star ratings, I wouldn't know how to act. Hi, and thanks for joining. I would know how to act either. I'd be shook. I'd be changing all my ratings. I'm a mood reader as well. There isn't a specific genre I like to read. It just depends on how I feel. And that's why I'm not good at TBRs. Same. I still do TBRs because I'm a crazy person, but same. I completely agree with you. The Ash Princess trilogy, yes, it's so good. I have it. I really enjoyed the first one. I think I wasn't in the mood for all that politics at the end because I was sad at the end. I was distraught. I was like, how could you do this to my people, to my characters? But that was also a really good series. I think I gave like the first one like a 4.5 rating. It was a fun read, the first one, and then it got real intense towards the end of that trilogy. I think Storygraph lets you import Aaron, if you're right, you just shook my world. Literally, Storygraph has everything together. Oh my god, I'm so shocked. Unless someone lied to me. I hope they didn't lie. I'm gonna Google it. I'm gonna check it out, see what's happening. Okay. Yeah, same. I came out to people as lesbian all the time, but only my closest friends. Exactly. Exactly. I feel like it's a little bit more private. I feel like you don't have to share that with people unless you really, really like want them to understand how you're feeling. And I feel like only really close friends need that, you know? Oh, so how long is the sprint gonna be? Okay, let's start the sprint in 3 minutes at the 40-minute mark, and we'll go for another 30 minutes. So we'll go until the 10-minute mark. So for me, it'll be 2:10 or whatever time it is in your time zone. So we'll do a sprint in 3 minutes. Okay. Is the love triangle really strong in that story? I'm anti-love triangle, and I hear it's a heavy triangle. Okay, there is a love triangle in that story. Wait, what did she say? Oh no, she didn't respond. Okay, it is a love triangle, but I love love triangles, which is probably why I liked it so much. The first one, heavy on the love triangle, heavy. And then the series progressively gets more serious in the politics and in the world building. So the love triangle becomes a backseat, but it's very clear that the characters care for each other. The love and that stuff kind of it falls at the wayside though. It's more so like let's just freaking live through this experience. So if you can get through the first book, which has a lot of that love triangle aspect, the politics gets even better in the second and third books. So I know you're anti-love triangle, so maybe you don't want to get through that. But I also think it was done really well. I don't know. That's just my personal opinion. It's okay. Your sexuality and romantic attraction is personal to you, and you should feel safe and comfortable. Yes, I think that's something that people don't really talk about when it comes to coming out. We're always like kind of pushing people to come out and stuff. It's like you should take your time. Firstly, you don't have to quote unquote come out, and I think movies also make coming out this big thing. Like you say it once and you're done, and that's not how it is. You're constantly coming out to people. People are constantly asking you questions or wanting to understand, or if you meet someone new and you're romantically interested in them. So it's a constant. So I feel like you just do it when you're comfortable, you're safe, and you feel very secure. So I wouldn't trust anyone or everyone with it, but also if you're comfortable with people knowing and maybe having a certain reaction, that's okay too. It's all about your comfort level. Yay! Okay, and what book I am reading? I started pulling all these books from my shelf. I need to put them back at some point. That's so funny. I am reading Geekerella by Ashley Poston. I think that's how you say her name. It's such a fun read. I'm having such a good time. It's really fun, dramatic, but also like kind of angsty. And it's just like what I want. I want a very chill Sunday read. So I'm very excited to read this. Okay, and you're in the Netherlands and it's 22, so it's 10:38. Dang, that's kind of late, but I know pandemic time, it's like, what is our bedtime? Is it actually like 11 o'clock or is it more like 3 a.m.? For me, it's 3 a.m. Oh, wait, let me change that. So we're going to be reading until the 10-minute mark. Save. I also apologize if you can hear my roommates being fun and having silly times. It will add to the environment, to the je ne sais quoi of this reading sprint. Maybe I'll mute myself. Let me know if I should mute myself. I'll also text my roommates. But let's start reading. I will see you in 30 minutes. Reading until 10. Okay, and that ends our reading sprint. And I think I decided we're going to do 2 more 30-minute sprints. Let me know how you guys feel about that, because I think that'll be plenty of time to get a really decent amount of work done. And also, I don't know how many pages I read. I haven't really been keeping track of the first page that I read. I think probably like 18. Yeah, around 18. And then I had to use the bathroom in the middle of the sprint, so I didn't read as much as I did last time. So let me know how your reading's going, and then I also need to DM you so we can read The Taking of Jake Liebenstein together. I will do that. I have a note of people I need to DM. So do you watch the show Pose? Oh my god, yes. I love that show. It helped me learn to love myself and accept my sexuality. It's a really, really good show. I'm really glad it helped you in that way. That's really cool to have a TV show that really that connects with you in that way. I love Pose. I've only watched the first season. I need to watch the second, but I know the final one is just now releasing. So I'm thinking I'm gonna wait till all of them are released on Netflix to binge just the whole season, starting from season 1 over again, and then all the way through. And then yes, we love Pose, yes. And then who's your favorite character in the show? That's hard, but Poppy and Blanca. I think Blanca's my favorite character. Well, oh no, it's too hard. I think Blanca's my favorite because of just like her willpower to like do the right thing, do what's right for her, and stand up for what she believes in. I think she's a really just interesting character. But yeah. Also, let me know what your favorite character in Pose is. Have you ever read the book In the Inheritance Game? I think that's what it's called. The Inheritance Game. I don't think I've read that. That doesn't sound familiar. But should I read it? Did you like it, or are you reading it right now? Is that why you think I should read it? But okay, so let me know what you guys were able to read or work on during the last sprint. I think our next sprint can be at like the 20-minute mark, and we'll do another 30-minute sprint, and we're getting closer to the end. 2 more sprints to go. So this next one will be second to last. There's a word for that I was thinking of saying, but I couldn't remember which word it was. But oh my gosh, this chapter, or one of the chapters in Geekerella, just got real serious about her parents, because the main character, she lost her parents. I was getting real mad at these stepsisters. They are bad people, which is so funny because like obviously Cinderella is like always like the stepsisters are always awful, but what they just did was really awful, and I'm just like, why? Why are you so awful? I hate people so much. Okay. Oh, you finished Heartstopper Volume 2? Yes, we love that free content. And for the people who just joined, we found out that Webtoon, the app, has Heartstopper volumes available for free on there. So you guys could check it out for free before purchasing the book if you would like. Oh, your favorite character is Blanca too? Yes, she's superior. Like, love the energy, love it. But honestly, they cast that show so well, and I think it really speaks volumes when the cast doesn't have like a big name in it. Like, they just focus mostly on the characters, who portrays the characters the best, and I think they did it so well, and the writing is so well done that like every character is really, really interesting and complex, and they have a lot to say, and like everyone has a really good story arc where they're learning and growing. It's an all-around good show. Hey, I just watched some YouTube. Ooh, you're not reading. Bad on you. But I'll read on the next sprint. Not sure what to read yet, though. That makes sense. It's always hard to pick that next read because I feel like it's the trajectory of your next few reads. It's like, is it going to be a good read, or is this going to make me slumpy? Is it not going to motivate me? So it's always kind of hard to pick that next read. But yes, I hope you get to read some during the next sprint. Let's see. Read a chapter, story is good, question a term used in this book. That also happens once in a while where you're like reading a sentence and you're like, why did they use this word? But I get it. There's a lot of words in a single book. I can see an editor or an author just skipping over and being like, it's fine. And then there's thousands of copies out in the world where they use this word wrong or weirdly, and you're just like, I'm surprised no one caught that. I was reading a book the other day and it had a really big error in it, and I was just like, nobody caught this? Interesting. Read 13 pages and some info I've been waiting to finally drop. Yeah, we love when we get more info in our books. Took 211 pages out of 300, and that's too long. Is that the facepalm guy? Yep. That's too long to be waiting for the information, man. I need that at the beginning, the middle, or a little throughout. Like, I don't want to, at the end of the book, understand everything. I hate when books do that. Very like, why are you holding all the good stuff to the end? When will your next live be? Okay, I'm gonna be doing lives every Sunday this month, and so in the month of June, so there should be like 3 more live shows. And I think I'm gonna stick to this time around noon on Sundays. Come chat with me, come hang out and chill. So you can either read, be productive, bother me about questions and things. I'm like an open book. You can ask me about anything. I hide nothing. But yeah, that'll be my next live. I don't think, and then my Brown Girl Book Club live show will be probably the first week of July. Okay. If you want a Cinderella story from the stepsister's perspective, I really enjoyed The Stepsister by Jennifer. Do I want definitely more on the darker side, similar to the Grimm fairy tales? Okay, I would check that out just because she said it's more of the darker side, because I do love a good villain origin story, but I've only read one where I actually believed it to be more of a villain origin story and not just like fake, where it's like we know the ending already and I'm not excited to even get to the ending because I don't care about the character. That happens a lot more often than I would like to say. But what book is it? If I can get it off my shelf. It's Heartless by Marissa Meyer. It's down here. Let me see. Can you see it? Heartless. Yay. Really good villain origin story, because I really could not see her becoming is it the Red Queen, the Evil Queen? Whatever, from, what fairy tale is it? Alice in Wonderland? Whatever villain she's from. I could not see her being a bad person. I'm like, how? Where? When? She was chasing her dreams, and then stuff happened. Life happened. It was really cool to see her twist into something dark, or the world shaping her into this person. Very cool. So I'll definitely check that out. Like, actually, let me take a screenshot before I forget. I'm loving all the book recommendations that are coming through this live show today. Yeah. But watch, I'm like not even going to get to the book, to these books that you guys recommend for like a year or so. It takes me so long to get a recommendation, have like the balls to buy the book, and like actually commit to reading it. One day. Okay. For the time period, I might have been a well-used term. Not today, that is. Yeah. Question between hysteria. Oh. And what's not appropriate. Interesting. What book are you reading again? I need to like scroll back. Reading a chapter of the book. Interesting. Yeah. It's always interesting to see. It's historic. Oh, okay. Okay. That makes sense. Historically, it's like, does this word actually fit in? Let's see. How do you have so many books? First off, don't be jealous. I've been collecting my books since probably high school, even though I didn't start actively reading them till this year. And we'll also start a sprint at the 20-minute mark. So in the next minute, we're going to start the next sprint. But I've been collecting books for a very long time. I always buy discounted secondhand, like Abe's books. I used to use Book Outlet a lot. What else? Free libraries are. I also, for a while, would only check out books from the library, and then if I liked it, then I would purchase it. A lot of my favorite books I actually found through the library when I was in college, like Piecing Me Together by Renee Watson and things like that. So I'm sorry. I do have an obscene amount of books. I completely agree. And don't be jealous. And we're gonna start the next sprint now. Let's go. 30 minutes. Let's do it. Let's get all that reading done. So we're gonna be reading to the 50-minute mark. Let me edit. If you guys have any other questions and stuff, you can leave them in the chat and I'll come back to them. I won't ignore you. Yeah, let's get some reading done. Second to last sprint. Let's go. Let's do this. Okay, that's the end of this sprint. Da, 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 da. And we're going to do one more sprint after this, one more 30-minute sprint. So maybe we can start in like 15 minutes. Then we can chat for a bit before we start. Let me see. What did you guys say? It was meh. I'm so sorry you didn't enjoy that book, but at least you and your friend have something to talk about now. I started getting into the books and collecting them last year, so I feel like I'm behind. Oh, thank you for your research. Don't feel behind. I feel like a lot of people tend to feel that way because obviously when you find a booktuber, I feel like they've been booktubing for possibly years and you only just started following them. Like if you just started following me, it looks like I've always had these books, but I haven't. 17-year-old Jess literally maybe had like 7 books, and they're probably mostly John Green's books. So I went, yeah, it always looks really shiny and put together. Like booktubers always look really put together, and it's not like that. It takes years to get to that level. It's an illusion. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, Ugly Love I think was the Colleen Hoover book that she was reading. That was meh. I hated that book so much I had to force myself to read it for a book club. Yeah, I haven't heard the best about Colleen Hoover's books, and that's why I'm interested to read the one that was recommended earlier, Something Perfect. Yep, I did. I was bored the whole time. I don't. How can you read a book that bores you? I DNF books so fast. It's like if you don't grab my attention, bye bye, good riddance. Mm-hmm. Except for the one sad part. Oh, that was. Other than that, I could care less about the book. Interesting. It had one good quality, a sad moment. At least it had something. Another chapter done. Yeah. But dinner time, I had to enjoy this. Okay. I'm so glad you were able to join and you got reading in. Thanks for joining. Enjoy your dinner too. Is the day, honestly. My favorite thing to do is eat. I turned up mid-sprint, but hey, hello. Welcome. We're doing one more sprint, guys. So one more 30-minute sprint. So you have time to join us for our last sprint. Woohoo. Let me know what you're reading in the chat. After last night. Oh, at the Telegraph Club. I've been hearing so much about that. Then my eyes got tired. It's almost midnight. Jeez. And you're reading? That good for you that you're reading and stuff. But sleep's also okay. That's also an option you could make. Is just tapping out and going to bed. I wouldn't be hurt. I'm impressed that you're still trying to read this late. The only time I ever read super, super late is if it's a manga because it's pictures. Reading words, I don't know why. Reading words is so hard to do, especially when you're tired. They all just blur together. They just become one mosh pit of just static. So I started crying reading Heartstopper because it's so real yet wholesome, and I just love seeing the LGBT plus joy in these books. That's so cute. I'm like glad it brought that emotion and that a joy for you. It's really cool to see books having love that's kind of making love seem more attainable, because I feel like a lot of people say you're gonna have a hard life, it's all gonna be hard, and you're gonna suffer and be oppressed. And I mean, there are moments in your life that will be difficult, but there are gonna be so many moments that are so filled with joy and happiness that it's worthwhile sticking around and experiencing those things and being open to those things. So I'm happy that Heartstopper has that, and I'm really looking forward to reading more books and seeing more movies that has more happiness and less hardship, or at least a good balance of both, because that's, I think, the real interpretation of life. You're reading Pride and Prejudice for the first time? How exciting. I've read so many Pride and Prejudice retellings, and I have yet to read the actual classic. So I mean, I really hope you enjoy it. I feel like I'm not gonna enjoy it because I've already tried to read some of her books, and I'm just like, some classics are just not as fun, man. I love like classics like A Brave New World, in the sense where it's like the world is just fully awful and the system is like a lot of dystopian, futuristic sci-fi classics. Those are fun. Pride and Prejudice is about romance and the guys being weird and the girls just period pieces, man. Sometimes they're fun, sometimes they're not. But I hope you enjoy it. I just ranted about something for no reason. My bad. 12 pages read with less than 100 pages left. Yay! I'm wondering what rating I'm going to give it. How are you feeling about it right now? Are you feeling good about it, or like completely like I have no feelings, 3-star meh feelings? Because I don't know. I feel like I always go in having an idea, oh, this is a 4-star read, and it always like starts at a 4-star and then it either goes down or up. I'll be reading this coming week. Yes, let's do a buddy read. That's why I was thinking earlier that I need to DM you so we can talk about the buddy read for the taking of Jake Livingston. Yes, I will do that. I think through Instagram, right? I'm following you on Instagram, so I could definitely DM you. Next week, let's do it. Unfortunately, I have to go to bed since it's 1 a.m. Oh, you stayed up till 1 a.m. and you got school tomorrow? I'm just kidding. I hope you have a good rest and a good Monday and that, your week starts off well. Thanks for reading with us. Yes, I appreciate that so much. The fact that you stayed up till 1 a.m. That's crazy. Okay, you're going to bed now too? Okay, don't think I'll be able to do the last 30-minute sprint. Haha, thanks for the sprints. I had such a good time. I'm glad you had such a good time. And I'm going to be doing sprints next Sunday for the next few Sundays, noon on Sundays, and that's noon PST. So you can join us again next week maybe, and we can keep reading and having fun. But I also hope you have a good night's rest and that your Monday is good. Thanks for doing live. Yeah, you got lots of reading in. Yes. I'm very happy for you. That's really exciting. I was expecting to be bored, but I'm liking it. Great. Good. I feel like sometimes you go in and you're like, oh, this is going to be boring, especially Pride and Prejudice. I feel like everyone either loves it or hates it. So hopefully you'll enjoy it. I'm putting that into the universe for you. Sleeping schedule is broken. I took a nap and woke up at 9 p.m. and now it's probably going to stay up till 4. Ooh, and you got an exam tomorrow. Currently using these reading sprints to study. Okay, good. At least you're studying. I was about to say, like, maybe you should, like, study instead of reading, but I'm happy to see that you're actually studying already. I feel like you guys are such good students. Like, sure, your sleep schedule isn't great, but whose is during this pandemic? It's like, everyone's having a messy sleep schedule, so I'm happy you're studying. That's really good. Spend that time wisely. Yes, IG. Cool. Will do. Okay, we'll start the next sprint in doing a little math. 5 + 2 = 7. Wow, 7 minutes. So let me know if you guys have any other questions or anything. This is the last sprint. We're gonna do a 30-minute sprint. And what page am I on? I'm on page 176. So I think I've read around 60-some pages today during these sprints, which is great because doing reading sprints and actually being productive and reading during them can be hard because my mind is like wandering and I'm like reading comments as they come in. So I'm proud of this and I feel like I'm about to hit part 3. So I'm very excited. We're almost 2/3 of the way through the story. Guys, this is so cute. I can't handle how cute this is. And I know it was published a while ago, but it's adorable. I'm so in love with these characters. So let me know if you guys have any other comments, questions, or anything. Also, it's crazy to think that a lot of you guys are staying up till like 1 or midnight to hang out. Very cool. It's literally like 3 p.m. for me, and I'm ready to take a nap. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I've been on this live for 3 hours. That's actually really crazy. I'm proud, but also like I only read like 60 pages in 3 hours. That's a little sad. Oh, how are the auditions going? Thank you for asking. It's hit or miss. I feel like not last week or maybe the week before, I got callbacks and auditions randomly throughout 1 week, and it was an exciting week, and I was like really hyped. And now it's died back down. So I feel like it's a constant sway of like being really busy and then hearing absolutely nothing. Like I'm holding out that one of those callbacks, like I book one of them. Fingers crossed, we'll see. But it's always fluctuating, and it's been really, really quiet, obviously because of Corona and all that stuff. I think during the summer, productions are going to kick back up and hopefully start filming and needing more people. Here's hoping. So we'll see. But honestly, I'm excited for the summer. I'm very hopeful for more auditions. Nice to have you here. Yes, yes. Bedtime though. Okay, 3 o'clock. Let me make a little banner. So, reading from 3:05 to 3:35. I can do math. I swear. And hopefully that'll be enough time to finish out strong for today and accomplishing some of our goals. Yeah. I love how friendly everyone is in the stream. Yes. And if anyone just joined, I definitely would go back. There were so many good recommendations being given out for fantasy, for contemporary. I love this chat so much. You guys are the bomb.com. I feel so lucky and blessed to have you guys as a community. Like, I really did start booktube and YouTubing for personal growth, to keep me accountable and actually reading and getting better in front of a camera and things like that. But I also feel kind of like you guys are my friends, and that in the same way I get to process all my emotions and what I'm going through with you guys. I don't think a lot of people know, but I became diabetic 3 years ago. So my booktube channel is actually older than how long I've been diabetic. And so it's interesting to really look back and see myself growing. So it's really cool to see like you guys are growing with me, and I get to share all of that with you. It means a lot because I feel like you guys are always so kind to me and always give me good recommendations and keep me on my toes. So I really appreciate it. I think you guys are the bomb diggity, and I really hope that our community kind of stays close, and whatever happens in the future, if I book jobs or maybe if I don't read as much, I still hope that I can have this community to lean on, because it's heartwarming. I really like it. I think you guys are, besides being friendly people, I think you guys are my friends, and I appreciate you guys a lot. Do you audition for theater or TV shows and films? I have an agent and manager who work strictly for TV and film, and I have a commercial agent, so that's commercials and print commercial work. So I don't do a lot of theater auditions. That, I feel like if you want to be in the more theatrical world, New York would be more of a place. California has a lot of theater, but it's a lot of it's not good money. There's a lot of theater, but it's not, I don't think, livable. So I'm mostly doing TV and film. My dream job would be to work in a book to movie adaptation, something really cool. I know Red Queen is becoming a TV show. I know Children of Blood and Bone is becoming a movie. There's so many book to movie adaptations that are coming out that I'm like, can I be a part of this? Can I be a part of this? Truly, my dream in life is to do that. I feel like I can. I mean, I'm the perfect age. They love hiring 20-somethings to play 16-year-olds. So it's like, y'all, I'm ready. I'm ready to go. You found my channel a couple summers ago, I think, and you were reading The Last Magician for the first time. You remember that? That's so cool. Okay. I picked up The Last Magician probably when it, a couple months after it came out. Maybe in 2018. I think that was the year I even started BookTube. That's crazy. Trying to find the publication date. Let's see. 2017. So I probably read it in 2018. That was the first year I did BookTube. That's feels like so long ago, but it really wasn't. But also I feel like I've grown so much since then. Graduating college, sticking to my career path, my reading taste has changed drastically. I feel like I used to read a lot of mainstream books, but now I feel like I really try and make it more diverse and things like that. Oh, and we will be starting our sprint in another minute. So if you guys have any other questions, let me know. If not, we're going to start our sprint very soon. Yeah, this is going to be the last sprint. Oh, it's 05. So this is the last sprint, 30 minutes. Let's see how many pages we can get done. Consistency is the hardest thing to do. when you make a channel, because it's like when you're reading, or if you're in a slump, or if you're not in a good place, it can be so hard to want to make videos or edit and things like that. And it sucks because I feel like consistency is like the only way to grow on YouTube. Like you can be on YouTube for 5 years, but if you don't post consistently, I feel like YouTube doesn't even acknowledge those years. The only times I like grow, I feel like it's when I post consistently for weeks, and then YouTube's finally like, okay, we'll let people know that your channel exists. It's so hard, but I would just say keep going. You can do it. 2017. I mean, if you, as long as you enjoy it, man, keep going. Oh, I hope you get cast soon. Oh, you're beautiful and bright. And oh, I love to see you. Oh, thank you. In a book, adaptation. ACOTAR is being adapted also. Ooh, didn't know Red Queen. Yep. Didn't like Red Queen series though. I know some people love it, some people hate it. That's so funny. I personally loved it. It was one of the first YA series that I read, and I saw Mare as myself. But that's also, I always have this thing when authors say that their character is tan, or like a darker complexion, like they explain their character being tan. I think brown. I immediately think my complexion. So when I see fan art of Mare and she's white, I'm like, is that tan? Ugh, sad. So I definitely read that series thinking Mare as myself, someone who is trying to survive in this world and tough it out. And yeah, she's definitely a white girl, so I was a little bummed about that. But I can see why some people don't like that series. It's not for everyone. I love triangles, and I love how messy Mare is as a person, because I think she really is just who I am. I've been on BookTube since March of 2018. Oh my god, I think we started literally at the same time then. I think I started like February of 2018. And I'm only now finding my consistency. It takes so much time and effort to even get consistent. Yeah, it takes so long. I also feel like my thumbnails aren't clickable. I can't be consistent with those either. Every video they change. Honestly, my thumbnails always change too. It's just recently where I've kind of started to like the style. But what I've done, I use Canva, which is free. If you guys are YouTubers, you should definitely use Canva. It's free. I've also started to remember to actually take an actual photo before filming, because I feel like just taking a screenshot, it ends up being a little bit more blurry and not as not as pretty. So I take a picture. It's the first thing I do, so that way I can remember it. Take a picture of whatever books or whatever like thing you want the thumbnail to be. Use Canva. Canva has a pretty good selection of things, and also they have examples of templates. What I was doing is, for at least 5 videos, I would use the same template and try it and see if I like it, and maybe play with it a little, and then I would change it. I wouldn't recommend changing every single time. I would recommend sticking to it for a little bit, for at least like 3 to 4 videos, and then switching it up. So that way you can start getting used to like the theme and really playing with it and seeing what you like and what you don't like, and then the next time shifting it. That's what I did. I don't know if that's helpful enough. Okay, the plot and the magic system had so much potential. It does. We're talking about Red Queen, right? Yes, I love the world, and I love the magic system. I think it's so cool, like the fact that like the peasants had red blood, and the hierarchy, or like the princes and whatever had like silver. Is it silver blood or is it gold blood? The concept was so cool. It was the writing style that threw me off. Yeah, I think that was her first books. Yeah, that's her first book series. And she also, her degree was in screenwriting, which, fun fact, I don't know if you guys know, I'm a little obsessed with that series. But she's a screenwriter, and she wrote this book, which I think kind of shows in her writing that she's more of a screenwriter than like a fiction writer. The way she explains scenes and stuff. So I think her writing style is very specific and not for everyone. Make or break book for me. That makes sense. Silver, yes. I'm like, it's my favorite book. I'm obsessed. What blood do they bleed again? What color is that? You use Canva? Oh, I use the advice to do the same thumbnails. Yeah, that's what I did. So maybe try that. Stick to it for a little bit, and then I try and just change it slightly, not too drastically, but also it's up to you. Like if you want to switch it. I think it's hard because thumbnails, I try not to get into the how to make it more clickable for YouTube to promote it better. I try and just think of like what colors do I like, what do I think I would like to look at, or what do I think I would click on. Oh, I've been chatting and we haven't even started the sprint. We'll start the sprint in a few minutes, guys. I'm so sorry. So I'm reading Geekerella and I'm on page 176. So I'm like a third of the way through. Oh my god, there's a screenplay at the end of this. We get to see the script. Oh, sorry, I just had a little freak out. Will you be reviewing Realmbreaker? I actually purchased it. I pre-ordered it because, you know, gotta support Victoria Aveyard, even though she's a best-selling author. Probably doesn't need my support, but I'm gonna support her because I'm excited. I bought it. Should I do a dedicated video? I don't know if people are hyped enough for it for me to do a dedicated video, but I will at least review it on Goodreads whenever I read it. Hi! It says Arthur Dickerson. Which Arthur are you? Are you my bro or are you my dad? I need to figure that out first. Like which one? Which Arthur? Because I think Arthur he'd have the third on his icon for his YouTube channel. I feel like. That's so funny. I'm reading Red, White, and Royal Blue now, and I'm obsessed. Fun. That's a great book series. Okay, let's do our last sprint. So we're gonna do our last 30-minute sprint, guys. Let's do it. So, this is an awkward time. So we're at the 12-minute mark, 30 minutes, the 42-minute mark. That's so weird. Okay, maybe let's do it at the 45. We'll start in 3 minutes, the next sprint, because to read to the 40, that's just less, yeah. So we'll read until the 45-minute mark, and we'll start in 3 minutes. Not 50 years old yet. Okay, but why doesn't your thingy say the third then? You're confusing me. There's too many Arthurs. We need to take out one. That'll solve all the issues. Sacrifice yourself is what I'm saying. But yeah, 3 minutes to start. Let's see. Red, White, and Royal Blue. Realmbreaker. Oh. But let me know if you guys think I should do a dedicated video for Realmbreaker review, because I don't see anyone talking about it. I want people to talk about it. I'm so excited for it because I feel like I love writers and seeing them progress, and they're only going to get better, because I know someone else said that in the chat. When you start at the beginning of the writer's journey and their first series and you watch them progress. So I feel like Realmbreaker is going to be awesome. High expectations. I'm so excited. Have you read Winter House? If so, it's so good. I haven't. Is that the translated book that a lot of people talk about? Question mark. I've heard of it. I've heard great reviews. I'm glad you enjoyed it, but I haven't personally picked it up yet. I might. I'll definitely, let me take a picture so I can remember to add it to my TBR. I just realized the sound that I made me sound like a superhero for no good reason. Okay. It's funny you asked that. I have no books that I'm excited for in the sense of like new releases. I don't have too many. I think the only new release that I'm really excited for is Ace of Spades, I think is what it's called. It released like 2 days ago. I'm waiting for my order to come in. I got it through Book Depository because I like the UK cover more than the US cover. So I'm waiting for that to come in. Other than that, summer books, I just have so many contemporary of my own that I want to read. And I'm thinking I'm going to do a readathon that's going to be kind of similar to the contemporary-a-thon. So that way I can get my contemporary on and vlog daily, because I really enjoy that. I will do that. I think in July, I'm going to have my own like little readathon and do daily vlogs. And it's going to be so much fun. I'm really looking forward to it. But I think Ace of Spades is the only book this summer that I have like my eye on. I haven't read Shadow and Bone. I'm going to fix myself very soon. I'm going to fix it and I'm going to read it. I haven't. I think I'm going to make a video about it, being like all the popular books I haven't read. There's so many I haven't read. I put it on hold. Ace of Spades is on Libby because everyone's loving it. Yeah, it's like, for me, it's like 8 months I'd have to wait on Libby. Freaking, it's too long. And the UK edition, Book Depository ships for free. The UK paperback was only $10 when I ordered it. And I even pre-ordered it. I ordered it maybe like 2 months ago. I was like, $10? That's a great deal. For a paperback, I feel like that's the norm. But let's start our sprint. I will check back in 30 minutes. This is the last sprint, guys, so let's do it. Get all the reading in. Okay, that wraps up our last sprint. How is everyone's reading going? And I know a few people left the chat, so I'm just thank you to everyone who spent time. I'm so grateful. It's been a really fun live show. And remember, go back in the comments. There was a lot of great book recommendations in the chat. So if you want some recommendations, fantasy and stuff, make sure to check out that chat. You guys are freaking the bomb. Freaking the bomb. Is that a phrase? We're going to make it a phrase. And I got to page 194. I'm almost to part 3 of this book, and it's so cute. I'm really happy I picked this up. It was such a fun read. But yeah, if you guys have any other questions or comments before we head out for the night, because I know it's super late for most of you, which is crazy. And then, hello, welcome to the chat. I'm in the middle of listening to an audiobook. Cool. Firekeepers. Also reading a physical book. You're in the middle of a bunch of books. Wow. Okay. That's fun. Is the audiobook good? Curious. I know some people will go between an audiobook and a physical book and reading both at the same time. I want to start doing that. It seems like a really good habit to have, but I have not. I tend to only have audiobooks and just listen to like 20 audiobooks and then read a physical book within the month, which I think it's fine. But I'd like to start being able to do both, back and forth, audiobook and physical book. So yeah, let me know how you guys did during this sprint. If you have any last questions or concerns or anything. I also remember I will be doing this for the next few Sundays in June. So come back next Sunday to hang out and chill and read and get lots of work done. I also can't believe we're almost at the 4-hour mark. That's so long. I need to use the bathroom so bad. Yeah, I'm reading Kindle with audio narration. Yes. I think I've seen a few books that have that available. I love when Kindle does that, when you don't have to like pay extra for the audio book. That's always fun. Okay, it's 2 a.m. here and I have school tomorrow, but honestly, I can't put this book down. That's so fun. Wait, what book are you reading? I don't remember if you said in the chat what book you're reading, but that's always a great time. Like, I'm sorry you have school tomorrow. You should probably go to sleep. That's what a good person would recommend you to do. But since I am a bad person and I love causing suffering and pain, I'd say keep reading. That's so fun. I love when a book just keeps you up all night and you kind of always remember those nostalgic feelings towards a book even after you've finished it. Like, that's how I feel. I know we were talking about Red Queen earlier and how some people don't like it, but that's how like I first read Red Queen. It was like the first high fantasy and I stayed up for like 2 days reading that book. Like, I like took naps and stuff, but I was like really invested. I'm like, what's school? What's happening? I don't care. This book is more important. Just joined. Hi. Well, I joined earlier next time. That's okay. So yeah, I'm going to be doing this for the next few Sundays. It's starting noon PST. That's my time zone. So I don't know what time zone that is for you guys. But yeah, that's next Sunday. There's always more times to join the live show, but I'm also happy you joined anyway. I don't know if you got a chance to read anything during this last sprint, though. Let's see. Oh, yes. Red, white, and royal blue. Saying you said that you're school tomorrow and you can't put the book down. That's so cute. Is it like the romance? Is that what you're really vibing? Or do you like the two main characters? I know it's like one's a prince. Or are they both princes? Or are they both like people of status? You know, I feel like I should know more about this book because it's so popular, but I definitely don't. Ha ha ha. I love when I find books that make me want to only read and nothing else. Agreed. It's so great. It's kind of like the same when it comes to anything you really like. When it comes to drawing, TV shows, it's like when you get into that zone of this is the only thing that matters right now, it's always the best feeling. It's like, yes, this has all my attention, all my focus, and all my love. Read 8 pages, took a break to eat something. Yes, eating is important. I'm actually going to have lunch now. It's such a late lunch. My bad. But like, I'm starving. So I can see why you needed a snack break. Thanks for helping me get to an exciting part. Yay! I'm so happy you got more reading in, and I'm happy it's an exciting parts. Like, that's cool that you're enjoying the book. That's always fun. I think I am like 9 hours ahead of you, so it's late. But hey, yeah, I feel like a lot of people, it's like nighttime for them, which is so crazy. I like how my YouTube analytics tell me that 99% of my audience is from like the US and stuff. But then like when it comes to live streams, everybody's saying like, it's 1 a.m., it's midnight, it's hella late. Well, I guess the East Coast is also like 6 hours ahead of me. So yeah, but like, I apologize that it's late. But who doesn't love a good midnight read? Sane people probably don't like midnight reads. Yeah, right. I really love the good vibes during the reading stream. Oh, I'm glad that you had good vibes. It's great. I'm leaving to study for my test. Have a great summer, y'all. Maybe I'll be there during the next live show. Yeah, so maybe come back next Sunday. I'm really happy that you were able to get a good amount of studying in, and I hope you do really well on your test. You definitely deserve it. You put in the effort. So I'm hoping that the results are what you want or even better than what you expected, because that would be awesome. Thanks for joining. Also, thanks everyone for just being so kind in the chat and stuff. It's so nice to see. One of them is the Prince of UK. Okay, and then one is the son of the president. Okay. So I'm glad that they have a little cute romance. We love it. Exactly. Yay for midnight reads. I'm in Germany, by the way. Hee. Awesome. Oh my God, that's so much fun. Hello. Thanks for joining, even if it's for the last few minutes. And yeah, midnight read is the bomb. If you're a book reader, I feel like that's prime reading time, is when you should be sleeping, and instead you're probably eating your second dinner and reading a really, really good book. That's how I always am. Okay. I will wait a few minutes just in case there's any last minute comments kind of loading in. But other than that, I will be logging off soon and having a very late lunch. But I did manage to read almost 100 pages. I think I read about 80 pages during this stream. So I'm very, very happy with that. I'm also very happy that I got so many book recommendations from you guys. Thank you so much. And again, I will reiterate, I will be back here next Sunday. Wow, I can't speak. That's how food deprived I am. See you next summer. What am I, a Disney Channel star? Wow, my brain. What mush. I will be back here next Sunday for every Sunday of June. I'm going to be doing a live show stream. So maybe come back, maybe come chill. It's a good time. Have a good Sunday, you too. I hope you have a good Sunday. I hope everyone has a good Sunday or Monday. I guess most of you guys are already entering your Monday. It recently came out. Oh, and I'm a little coming out story. Warmed my heart. Thank you. No, thank you. I'm so happy that it warmed your heart. That's why I really did it, and I wanted to include it because I feel like some people, if you watched very niche videos of mine, you may have known that I'm ace, but I really never came out because I was like, I just never thought of it. So I wanted to do it for Pride Month and really talk about it because I feel like a lot of people just don't talk about it. So I was like, you know what? I feel comfortable enough talking about it. So I'm happy that, it made you feel a certain way, warmed your heart, because that's what really I wanted to do. And seeing the comments in that video made me so happy. So many people are going through so much. And I just want everyone to know that they're loved. Whoever you love, whatever you want in life, as long as you're not hurting anybody else, I appreciate you and I love you guys. Okay. I registered in my brain that it was warmed, so don't worry. I was like, okay, she meant warmed. That's cool. So I totally get that. I always do that too. It's like I can't spell. When I'm texting people, I always send texts way too quickly and regret everything. Same with my tweets. I always tweet out something and then like 2 hours later be like, I misspelled like every other word. My bad. Just because my brain's like rapid fire. Okay, but I will be logging off now. Hopefully I get to see you guys next Sunday at this time. Maybe you'll come join, read, work on some stuff. But I hope you have a nice Sunday or Monday or wherever you are. I'm very grateful that you spent some time with me. And yeah, happy reading to everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day or nights. And I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Adios.